I want to talk about how to outsmart a narcissist. So many of you are going through divorces or breakups. I got news for you. You better wake up, because they're not going to fight fair. They're going to do everything under the sun to break you apart. They're going to take money out of your account. They're going to shut down accounts. They're going to shut down credit cards. They're going to lie about you. They're going to have their flying monkeys going everywhere. You must be strategic. You must think clearly. And I know how hard it is to do that. You cannot move from a place of pain or emotion. You've got to move from a place of clarity. You have to have a plan, and be very careful about who you get as your attorney. Remember, you can stop the process anytime you want by negotiating. You don't have to wait to have a mediator. You can send over whatever you want, whenever you want, and I highly suggest you do it. Make sure that you're in charge of your own divorce. So many of these attorneys just want to take your money. And remember, you're not fighting with somebody who wants to play fair. They want to play dirty. They're going to try to screw you every chance they get. You're not like that. I wasn't like that. I wish I knew then what I know now. Boy, would I have done things differently. That man would have no idea. I would have came for him like there is no tomorrow. Man or woman, okay? Whoever you are trying to divorce, if they are a narcissist, they're going to turn your kids against you. They're going to hide money. They're going to ring through the court like there is no tomorrow. You've got to be strategic. You have to be smart. I actually went to my ex-husband and negotiated my own divorce. I did it. I did not wait for my attorney to do it. I certainly didn't count on him to do it. He was worthless. I did it. Look, you have to take charge. You cannot depend on your attorney, and certainly don't represent yourself. You still need an attorney. You also cannot depend on the other person to fight fair at all. They're not going to. You're going to have to use the law. You're going to have to use it in your favor, and you're going to have to be extremely strategic. You are fighting with evil. You are not fighting with someone who is fair. I coach a lot of men and women. And you know, when I got out of my divorce, I realized what good men there are out there. Good men who said, no, I want my wife to have the house. I want her to have the car. I want the kids to be okay. I want my kids to have a good relationship with their mom. I didn't even realize men like that existed. I was married to someone who was so deceiving and such a liar. And I know a lot of you are married to women like that too. You poor men who have had your ex-wives cheat on you, get pregnant by another man's baby, and you raise the child as your own. I have seen it all. I've seen it all. And there's some of the most kind people out there. The empath who marries the narcissist is the most kind, loving, and they take it out on themselves. So if you are hurting, and maybe you're drinking, maybe you're in complete despair over this person who is treating you abominably, who promised to love, honor, and cherish you, I get it. They're sick, evil people. And the thing you have to understand is you forget what the person looks like. I want you to literally go find some demon face. I want you to cut it out, and I want you to slap it on your ex, because that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a demon. You're not dealing with the person that you had children with. You're not dealing with the person that you went on your honeymoon with. You are not dealing with the person that stood in front of you and said, I love you. I will promise to love, honor, and cherish you. You're not. You're dealing with a demon. You're dealing with somebody who's going to tell you everything is your fault and there's something wrong with you, and they're going to throw you under the bus and throw you under the bus with your kids. Could you imagine being them on Judgment Day? I just want a front row seat. That's what I asked for. Please let me stand there on Judgment Day. Let me just be in the courtroom, because I can't wait. Think about what this person has done to you. Think about how they live their life. Think about the values that they have. You're not like that, but you have to understand what you're fighting. You're fighting someone who would throw you under the bus and then back up over you. They don't care. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, they're going to take your kids and do the exact same thing. If they don't care about you, they don't care about their kids. So many of you say, I understand how they could do that to me, but how could they do it to the kids? How do you understand that? What? It's okay to screw over your partner, but you're not going to hurt your kids in the process of doing that? No. They do it all. They will do it all. They do not care. So if you are going through a breakup with a narcissist, you have to understand what you're dealing with. You are not dealing with somebody who is going to play fair. You are not dealing with somebody who is going to be honest about a damn thing. You better get an attorney. You better get one that locks down your assets. You better be strategic, because you're not fighting with anyone who's ever going to play fair. Coach Shawn here. I'm really glad you're here on my channel. I have a lot to share with you about narcissism, parental alienation, divorce, and what it's like after you leave your marriage. I'm here for men and women. Coach Shawn. See you next time.